All right. Starting off, Josh Shin on the left and Kerry Yeager on the right. We've got Greninja versus Volcanion. Now, I am familiar with these two, so this will be a nice crash course.
All right, this will be a crash course for me. I haven't seen much of Pokemon, I guess, Standard played. So it looks like Josh only has one active, and right? Is that what I'm
Yes.
seeing? Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, you're good. You're
I'm
good.
following what's going on 100%. What did they play?
All right, so we got the Baby Volcanion up in the front. We got a Staryu sitting back on the back. Looks like a Talonflame. There's a bit of a glare.
Yeah.
So go with Talonflame. It's a stage 2, but its effect allows you to play it as your active
starter.
Pokemon.
Or just your active.
This attack lets you pull any 2 cards from your deck. You can't use it. He's going first, so he'll have to wait till he can attack. Since In made it back into the rotation, it was really nice at first, but now that In's back and around, which has been for a while now, it's not seen as much play, but it's still a fun card. I like to run it in some of mine.
Okay.
Pop off those Froakies. All right. That's all he's doing for him. We got one of the big ones.
The big Volcanion.
Big Papa Volcanion right there. Attaching to Baby Volcanion. And does she have the energy? There it is.
Oh, okay. This will help me out a lot.
Got him a resource to help him keep track of which Volcanion does what.
Okay. So she's got an EX on the bench, right? Okay.
Dual type, lots of fun.
Power heater. Choose 2 of your bench. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
So
really strong.
Is this like a ramp type deck? Like, where you just get your energies, ramp into it faster?
Yeah,
You're a little bit ahead.
Yeah, and the effects stack, so they'll have tons of Volcanions out.
Hopefully so they all
by the
can
end.
ramp
That's
up.
the plan.
Okay.
See, there she's playing another one, so it just hits like a truck.
Okay. I understand.
Hits hard and fast.
Okay. But Josh Shin's running Greninja. That's an older deck, right?
Yeah, it was around a little bit before Volcanion. It's still's got a little bit of time left on its legs.
Oh, before it gets
Yeah, I'm not quite sure
out.
which set it came out in. I probably need to brush up on that so I know myself what all gets rotated. So this might be soon after Worlds. We're gonna see a lot of staples rotate, like Versus Seeker, Forest of Giant Plants is getting rotated and banned and expanded.
Oh, wow.
So some people are excited about that.
You can't use Forest of Giant Plants. You could use that with the new Vileplume, I believe.
Yeah, you could use it with the Vileplume. A lot of people ran it in Decidueye.
Yep.
I personally wasn't a fan of Vileplume. I hate item lock in any form. So I can see why it was banned.
I'm a fan of it.
They realized...
Controls? I like control. That's just me.
It's just too much for me. Like, it's okay if I'm playing it myself, but, like, playing against it's just rough.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Especially since you can set up item lock turn 1.
I guess I'm the guy that likes to play that style of deck, so I'd probably be more towards the Vileplume, that style of play myself.
Yeah.
To block someone out.
I'm very item heavy when I play, so even playing it in my own deck was a little difficult for
So,
me.
It looks like...
He probably went through, hit that power heater.
Yeah, there's 40 damage on the Talonflame, it looks.
Yes, probably the discard from the steam up.
Yep. That's what it
And
looks like. Ooh, it's a good
he's
draw.
thinking.
I think it's Gary's turn. It's actually
yeah.
Gary's turn.
All right.
She just drew another. Yes.
I guess he did not get that energy to get that
Ooh.
Talonflame attack.
But we don't have... Okay. So she...
All right, get the 20. No discard, so just 20.
Okay.
Hopefully he can get an energy off this at least, so he can look for what he needs.
It does not look like an energy. It was not.
All right, let's see what's he got in that
It's
hand.
another. Can't really tell. There's an.
It's like a nice full art something.
Full art something. He got another second stage of Froakie. I don't know.
He's got the Frogadier.
Frogadier.
If he can get that up, he can do the water clones, I believe is the attack. Get 2 more Frogadiers just on the bench so we can evolve to
Just
Greninja.
immediately.
Yeah, without
gee.
laying down any Froakies. So they'll just pop to the bench. The next turn, you can just lay down all the Greninjas, get everything started.
All right. He's gonna need to find some answers here soon. It's looking.
Oh yeah, this might be just one and done.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is sitting pretty right now. She's got 3 big Volcanions on the
She's,
bench.
As far as
Max Potion just trying to
oh geez.
stay alive.
I think though she's only got 1 card in hand. However, I believe.
It looks
I think.
1 or 2. Looks like there might be a little.
We will see.
But yeah, but she doesn't really need to do much more. She is
Literally just set up. What is the Staryu on the bench for?
Staryu.
Exactly?
Likely to evolve into Starmie, and
Okay.
you can bring back energies to your hand. Yep, there's the
Oh.
Starmie. She just drew it.
Yep. Oh, and you're right. That's from Evolutions, right? Yeah, that's the
I believe
older
so,
art.
yeah.
That's the older art.
Yeah, and that's the Space Beacon attack.
Space Beacon.
Yeah. Once during your turn, you can discard a card from your hand. You can put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So you discard 2 with the steam,
The
the
Volcanion.
power heater,
Power heater,
whatever
yeah.
that's called.
Power heater. I think it's power heater.
Steam up.
Steam up.
No,
Oh,
power
okay.
heater's the attack.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it mixed up. Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. No,
This
the
is
steam
hard.
up. You discard the 2. Then
Oh.
the next turn you do Starmie. Bring those back. That's an
Oh,
easy
my.
extra 40 damage.
We need to check something. I think I can switch this. I believe I can.
All right, he's dive balling, looking for something.
Okay, there's just 1. Oh, he's got a Greninja.
All
Is
right.
that what he died? He died.
Yeah, I got the dive ball off that.
Okay.
All right, let's see what he can do now.
Oh.
Evolve, yep.
Oh, he's got another. Wait, no. He potioned the Talonflame.
Right.
Yes. Past turn, he says. I don't know. Is he waiting? You can't really combo like off in this game, can you? Like
How so?
you have all the parts in your hand and you just play what you need to basically just seal the deal.
It depends.
I don't know.
You can't get multiple knockouts with Volcanion. She'll have to knock out the Talonflame, and then next turn go do that.
But if
But I
she's
mean, you
already-
can lay off some like cool item combinations, get your whole bench set up.
That's what I'm saying.
like,
Okay, but you can't
things like
you
that.
can't just combo out and like win the game.
Right.
Okay.
Unless you've got some really weird shenanigans going on,
Alright,
like hit
alright.
some bench damage.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Uh,
but if you did like the bench damage, and that wouldn't really. Okay, I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. Oh, he broke.
Yeah.
Break. I guess.
Evolved, yeah.
He braked.
Went up to the Greninja break.
Yep. I don't know what the technical term for that is.
I guess it's still an evolution, yeah.
I guess.
And now he can start probably.
Doing some
Well,
damage.
if he can get that up to the active position. But Talonflame does have free retreat. But with her just sitting with all those Volcanions on the bench, I don't think he wants to get that
Yeah, I
damage
guess.
on the Greninja too quickly.
He also doesn't have a bench still.
Yeah,
He's
that'd
not
be
he's not sitting
kind of
very-
dangerous.
He's not sitting very pretty.
All right, he's got that focus band.
He's got a VS Seeker full heal. Or
Right.
another
Yeah,
max.
that max potion.
Another max. Don't know why I said full heal. That's for PP, not HP.
Oh,
Sycamore.
got a Sycamore. Let's see if this helps him out a bit.
That's discard your hand and draw 7?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're picking it up.
yeah. Just a little bit. I know some of the tech just solely from working. He's got some energies, I see.
All right. Finally some energies with him.
There we go. There's a special splash energy I saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's see, what's he gonna do? All right. Okay, he's gonna do the Aero Blitz. Try and get 2 cards he needs out of the deck.
What does that do?
So
The
Aero Blitz, he
Aero
attacks. It does 40 damage, I believe. Then he goes into the deck, get any 2 cards he wants.
Okay.
The downside is, if she has an in, plays in, shuffle all the cards back into his hand, into the deck.
Mm-mm.
So that whole.
It went through.
Well, I mean, on her turn, yeah.
Okay, my bad.
No, you're good. So, hopefully he'll get to keep those cards because he's kind of in a pickle right now. We'll see what. Let's see, what is he getting out of there?
Can't see. He doesn't have to show her, does he?
No, because it's any 2 cards.
Okay.
And since it's any card, it's just public knowledge that it's 2. Doesn't have to reveal it all.
Okay.
Just notice that Carrie has her layout mirrored instead of the usual deck on the right. Like they have them mirrored up.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Usually it's deck on the right, prizes on the left, but we're not too strict. Actually, I don't know if that's a. I know you have to have the deck and the discard straight up and down, like long ways, but I'm not sure if you actually have to have it on those sides. Alright, getting another Proki out there. Oh, he got to use all of his stuff. Field Blower, get rid of those
The Fighting Fury belts? That's good. So that's some, that's what, 20 plus damage, I think?
40 health plus 10 damage.
Plus 10, okay. I knew there was a damage increase of something, but I didn't know if it was...
10, but it helps hit some of the odd numbers, especially when all those steam ups add the 20. Gets you that last little bit.
Oh, okay. That extra mile.
Oh, yeah. All right, getting Greninja loaded up.
The splash energy, it looked.
He's doing good lasting out that onslaught of
Is that
power
just
heaters.
the one? Was that just the one Talonflame, though?
Yeah, same one. He just been max potion and max potion.
I
think he did it twice. Yeah.
All right. It's like when you're playing the game. You get the gym leader's last Pokemon down to the red, and they're
And then
like,
they start using
max
all-
potion, and you just
Exactly. All right,
okay.
now we're gonna see some action.
the retreat into the Greninja break. All right. With that, can he attack with that still? Even though he retreated and brought it
Yes,
back
yeah.
up? Okay.
You can still attack with a retreat.
Okay. So he,
Now he's got Giant Water Shuriken, and if he still, well, I don't know. I think he attached the water energy I saw with.
the water energy is on the Talonflame,
Okay,
and the
so-
splash energy is on the Greninja.
Right. Okay.
I know
I didn't know
that
if he still had a
much.
energy in his hand, so he just went with Shadow Stitching
Shadow
All right.
Stitching.
or Moonlight Slash, maybe.
Oh my. Is that 120 damage? Yeah. That's 12 damage.
yeah. He
counters,
went with the Moonlight Slash. Then you return that to your hand, but it's a fun thing, and I believe that Volcanion is weak. Or I might just be spouting off nonsense. Yes. So it's a good matchup for him. It's just a matter of surviving.
Okay. This is actually really, really interesting. I've never actively sat down and watched like a TCG.
Oh yeah. It's quite interesting watching other people's play styles, especially like you know how you play against certain decks and
Yeah.
you know what you would do.
In this situation, but I understand that. But for me, I don't know this. So
Yeah.
this is all a new thing.
All right, so he's thinking what's he wanting to do.
Just checking.
Yep, he's going with that. He's got the 30 plus from the choice band.
Okay.
So he did the Moonlight Slash. Got that 8120, yeah. For the weakness, knocked that out. So he's gonna doing pretty well right now.
I got it. Don't worry. I'll ask.
All right.
Having a bit of technical issues.
Maybe?
We're trying to figure it out. Can you drag it over so you can look at it? See what we're doing? I guess.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, we are.
We are?
Exited host mode, exited host mode. Maybe not.
All right.
Well, we missed a couple things. Oh my, we did. It looks like
All right.
she swung in big.
Oh, yes.
Put more counters. Oh my.
All right. Back over to Josh.
This is being
With the rare
broadcasted
candy?
downstairs for everyone to
no.
watch.
No.
Aw, that'd be fun on the big screen.
Well, they do have worlds going on. They have the world.
Oh, wow,
The
okay.
World Pokemon Championships. So, to any and all people watching us right now, we
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
Probably not as high stakes as the world is, but probably just as enjoyable. I mean, watching some people play some fun decks.
Yes, yes. Okay. Did Josh get some prize cards?
He did. He knocked out that Volcanion a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
Got 2 prize cards off that. And he's in a decent position right now.
She hasn't got a single one though.
Nope.
Oh my.
Somehow managed to survive all this time, all those max
Yeah,
potions.
so I was about to. That's what I was wondering. What is
Looks
that?
like a
Kukui?
yeah.
Yeah.
See, draw 2, get a. I think that's an increased 20 damage.
I think so.
I don't play too many
Kukuis.
Kukuis, so I believe that's the text for that. Knocking out
Oh.
that bad boy, getting a prize.
Oh god. So another Volcanian's coming in, another EX. I just realized what the 6 and the 3 stood for.
Yeah,
I just.
keep track of the prize cards. Although we are playing best of 1. Maybe I should have put a timer up. Oh well. Keep track of the time. Not sure why we have the. Well, no. Nah.
Wait. We're
Makes
doing
sense in
best
my
of
head.
1?
Yeah, best of 1.
Oh.
Well, because I think we have 20 people playing tonight. We hit the big number, so they'll be giving away those full arts later today.
Oh, gee.
I think before round 2.
Okay.
And I think we'll have 4 rounds playing tonight. So in order to not keep people here all night, I think we're just doing best of 1.
Okay.
And then we also have those box breaks
All right.
later in the
Yeah,
night.
the
So
box breaks.
got a lot of stuff going on tonight. And I'm sure some people would enjoy doing Pokemon till 1 in the morning, but I don't think
I have to.
anybody
I have
would
to
be
open.
here.
I have to open tomorrow, so I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think all the employees would appreciate everybody being here that long. So,
There's a Guzma. That's a newer card. I do
Yes.
not know what that does.
so that one, it's like
Lysander,
Lysander crossed with Escape Rope,
right? Okay.
and you switch your active Pokemon, but also switch your opponent's active Pokemon.
So it's like a. Oh, okay.
So
So
you
but
pick-
Lysander was just your Pokemon.
No, Lysander, you picked a Pokemon on their bench, brought it up to the
active
position.
Okay.
And then how Escape Rope worked, you switched one of your Pokemon, then your opponent switched one of their Pokemon, you didn't get a pick. And now Guzma, you pick which one they switch up, and then you switch in one of your own. It's kind of like how the kind of Gallipods little thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Do the first impression, flee back when it gets
Scared.
Kind of a play on that, since that's his main
MO
Pokemon
in the game. Yeah, that's cool. All right, I like that.
It's an interesting card. Allows for a little bit more thinking rather than just bring up your
The weak one that
Pokemon.
I need to take out. Yeah.
You have to say, oh, how do I need to position things? Do I need to retreat to get to it? What do I need to do in order to play it? Can set up some really cool, interesting things with that. So
she used the Guzma to get his Greninja Break back out, and put her not EX.
Right. So she doesn't want to
Okay.
give away too many prize cards, but he did the VS Seeker, which won't be around for too much longer. So
And the VS Seeker, that's old tech, and that.
yeah, it was around a long time ago, and then they brought it back. It lets you get a supporter that's in your discard pile back into your hand.
And it looks like he got Lysander.
Yes.
So because he didn't switch from the Guzma that she Guzma. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the Guzma kind of backfired.
yeah,
A little bit.
brought that up, but the Talonflame that was up, it has free retreat regardless. So
Oh, so
yeah, so it didn't really affect him too much. Probably had to get rid of one of his VS Seekers that he might need later, but right now
I think
looks.
he actually threw away a few earlier in the round.
Yeah. So holding on to those resources is good, but I think it was well worth it to get up this EX that he can knock out for 2 prizes.
Dang.
All right.
Wow.
So he's coming down. This was after a really rocky start,
Yeah.
he's coming back full force.
Full swing.
This is going to be
Curious.
interesting to see how it turns out, but I think it's a pretty much written story at this point. All right, Field Blower getting rid of that.
Band, right?
Yes, that choice band.
Choice band.
And that one, just so you know, does an extra 30 damage to EXs and GXs.
I think that's what I was getting mixed up earlier with the 20.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, there used to be a silver bangle that did 30 damage to EXs.
Okay.
And you couldn't attach it to EXs.
Oh, he almost forgot to remove his band.
He did mention before, he's like, oh man, I don't want to stream because then people can go back and see how I cheated. Completely joking. He's probably one of the most honest people out there, but just as a joke. And then he almost forgot to.
Yeah, that's actually really funny.
So I thought that's a little ironic.
Okay.
Alright, get that fire energy on there. She's got some in hand, so she can power that up. She might be able to get that knockout. Let's see. That would be... Yep.
Oh, she did? Did she do it? I think.
1, 2. Checking, I think, Starmie. She only got the 1.
Oh, no. Does Greninja get to swing in again? Uh-oh.
She getting the Starmie?
What's she doing?
Oh.
Oh, gosh. What's going down? I'm so confused. Oh, no. He took 20 more damage.
Oh.
No, he took more damage. Oh, my. He took 50 more damage. How much health does Greninja have? My. That is a lot of health, it looks. 150? 180 probably? Maybe.
With the break actually has 170. So, yeah, it's sitting at 150. Oh, and he got everything he needed off of that. For the knockout, get the last prize. And that is the game. All right, let's bring it back up into the booth.
Wait.
Right, it's in the scoreboard. Yeah. So what Josh Sin was, we have Jonathan
MOREHOUSE. Morehouse, and he's playing. Oh, sorry.
Clay Swinzel. And Jonathan was playing
Metagross. Yanmega.
Actually, it looked like
Yanma.
Yanmega slash
Vespiquen.
It looked like slash Vespiquen. I think he had some of those in there.
Okay.
All right. Pokemon Booth. We've got. All right, we've got them ready to roll, and
I
believe everybody is ready to start.
Clay, yeah, we are round 2.
All right, I guess they're both 1-0. All right, so let's go ahead and tell them to get started.
I don't think I heard you. You're good.
All right.
Okay, they're going. And they're off. All right, we've got a Beldum and a Combi. No bench.
All right. Let's see how this goes down.
Oh. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Just save me some.
All right. Level ball, start out,
Level.
get some more on the bench. You get to search for anything with 90 HP and below.
Oh, so just basics,
Yeah.
that kind of thing?
Usually basics, some, like Vespiquen in this deck. Not sure about Yanmega, but I know Vespiquen is 90 HP exactly, so you
I
can
think he's
find
probably
that
going to
off
get the Morel or maybe a Yanma, I believe.
Probably,
maybe.
yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see, or maybe another Combi. Oh, yep,
there's
he
the
went with a Yanma. All right. So the last time I played Pokemon, everything was EXs. That's all you ran was just EXs.
Yeah,
Is this back to the roots? Like
a little bit.
bit,
With
you know?
the advent of GX Pokemon, they're kind of like EXs, but with evolution. So there's
okay.
if it's a basic Pokemon on its own, it's obviously still going to be a basic. But now, like Metagross GX, is there Metagross? Yeah, Metagross GX. Yeah,
That's what Morehouse is.
Metagross GX is a stage 2, so you have to evolve to get to something that powerful. They're trying to move away from just the huge, big, basic heavy hitters.
The power creep.
Yeah,
That was
they're
taken
dealing with that power creep. A lot of the Pokemon.
Do you think they're dealing with it effectively with the GXs? Like, or do you?
I think they're going in the right direction. Yes. I'm afraid for the Ultra Beasts coming out in the next set. They just showed. I saw a trailer for them today. They looked ridiculous. Like they had Guzzlord, which is a huge Ultra Beast, tanky as hell. They have a. I think it had 210 HP and just a basic GX.
Huh.
So I didn't get to look too much into him.
Skyla.
So Skyla, you get to search for any trainer card.
Okay.
Put it in your hand.
Okay.
So
Ultra Ball. Looks like
I think they're dealing with the power creep in the right direction with the GXs. I don't know how Ultra Beasts will factor into all this.
It's gonna ruin the whole thing.
There are still some EXs amongst us, so they're not completely gone, but they're starting to fade out.
Like the volcanoes we just saw.
Yeah, exactly. So there's still some in the midst, but they're slowly moving away from that and going back to the evolution, making things a little bit slower. That's probably why, in part, they got rid of Forest of Giant Plants.
Oh, okay.
It worked really good when it was, but now that they had these GX that could hit and just be such a presence,
Yeah.
like Decidueye running through
Yeah.
turn 1, get that out is ridiculous.
Okay.
And then paired with Vileplume was the huge issue with that.
Locking people out,
So.
basically, and you have a big body that
Yeah.
early. Okay. A low in Vulpix.
All right, doing the retreat, sending that guy up.
I'm assuming the Combi, and Yema, their weakness would be fire, but the low in Vulpix is just also fire, since it's ice. I don't know. That's a. Maybe that's not a question, but. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure myself.
Look like Clay evolved into. What? Yanma?
I think it's actually weak to steel. Sorry.
Weak to steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the ice is weak to steel.
And then we have a Yen Mega, I believe. Yes.
Getting that up there.
He did.
Now, and what he searched for, Jonathan, he did Beacon, which doesn't cost any energy to use. You can search your deck up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, then put them in your hand. So it's setting them up for next turn with those Pokemon.
Evolutions.
Right.
I'm assuming.
Probably Evolution, maybe another bench Pokemon, things like that.
We could see a Ninetales or a Metang, I would assume, right?
Most likely.
Okay.
I would be surprised if we did not see a Metang.
Okay.
Unless all of them are prized.
Oh,
Which
that would be
awful.
That would be grim.
But
now, does that happen often? Like,
Um,
you prize away all your
I remember
skill?
there was.
I guess
I can't remember the guy's name, but back when Decidueye was the deck to play, it was a big tournament. It might have been a big regionals, like in the final game. He had 3 of his 4 Rowlets prized, and it was
So he couldn't. Wow.
he couldn't get it, and so it was just a horrible time for him.
God, I bet he was mad.
Oh,
I
I would
would have
imagine
been
lots of salt there.
Disgruntled, man. Like,
Well, the thing is, all the people on the stream knew before he did, because the way they did the prizes, people could see underneath what the prizes are. They had like some plexiglass look up underneath the table so they can see, and the stream could see. So everybody knew what was going on, but he didn't know. Once he looked through his deck, he knew. Did
was
a
he?
search.
Okay. And
But
he was just
it was-
like, what do you do at that point? Do you try or?
Can't remember what happened with that.
I would just at that rate. I mean, I would try, I guess, but I'd just scoop.
Yeah, depending
more
on the
likely.
game.
We got a
that happens,
You have
so.
a revitalizer, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah. So that one, you gotta get 2 grass Pokemon from your discard, put them in your hand. Simple as that. It was really nice with Decidueye.
Yeah.
And then so his Yin Mega, the reason he's doing that, the ability of it's Sonic Vision. If you have exactly 4 cards in your hand, you ignore all energy in the attack cost of each of your Pokemon's attacks. So if he has exactly 4 cards in his hands, he can attack for free. So I'm wondering if he even plays energies in this deck. Like if that's what his whole thing is built around, he might just have items that he can toss easily.
Like right now? Oh, okay. Oh, wait. It looked like he did get a Metang and an extra Beldum. So.
All right, smart. Ooh, that secret rare psychic energy.
All right, just a
Oh
little.
yeah, Clay's checking that out too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shiny, look at that.
What is that? That is nice. Is there a secret rare energy for all of them, or just a?
Yes, that's what they've been doing with the new Sun and Moon sets. They've been releasing some secret rare energies. Because you know how people love to play with max rarity decks in any trading card game.
Yeah.
So, gives them a little outlet for that.
That is cool. How much do you know? How much that runs? That secret rare energy?
I don't think they actually run for that much. Maybe
Okay.
like in the teens.
I could see that.
wanna say.
I could see that. I was going to say maybe $10.
I don't think they'd be above 20.
That'd be
I think that
pretty
might be the
nuts.
most. There is a new
'Cause then it's like-
secret rare double colorless, I believe, in the
But
new
that
set.
that's going to run for a lot.
That's going to run a little bit
that'll
more
run
because that's
higher.
only a 4 of. So that'll be a little trickier, but
A little steeper, yeah. Oh, is it broke or just evolved?
I think you just evolved. To
You just
the
evolve
Mega
into
Break.
Yan Mega
Yeah.
Break. Okay, I know that's really I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. Oh, looks like Clay's taking a prize card. Oh yeah, Clay knocked out the 11 Vulpix with the Yanmega
so
break. It looks.
Yeah, so he probably did Barrier Break for 100, which is the
Okay.
attack on the Yanmega Break. But because how breaks work, they just cover up the art. See how he has it like
Yeah,
that?
the sideways,
so it
right?
gets all the abilities and the attacks and
Plus
the cheat
the
costs
break
of
move.
everything underneath. Yeah. So the break, move, and ability, whatever it ends up being, that's just kind of an addition.
I
So it's
understand.
kind of a,
Looks like.
for
Clay's-
lack of a better term, it's all gold. It's like the Pokemon went Super Saiyan. It's all the same thing, but it's just a little bit stronger.
I understand. All right, and he's got a Metagross. He has that's the GX.
Yes.
So we have Geotech System, Giga Hammer, and Algorithm GX. At a whopping 250 HP too.
Oh yes, that thing is bulky.
What is that? A Sycamore? It looks.
It's an N.
An N.
N's had a lot of different
Yeah, I know
arts
he's had
over
a
the
lot
years.
of different arts. And there's a crazy full art too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck getting your hands on one of those. Those are
So
pretty hard to come by nowadays.
What does Geotech System do? I actually don't know.
Okay, so it's once during your turn, you can attach a Psychic or a Steel Energy from your discard pile to the active Pokemon. So it went straight to the Metagross. So he's
Okay.
probably loading up to get ready for the Giga Hammer attack, which is 150. And the only side effect to that is that it can't use it the following turn.
Okay.
Yeah. And then-
okay. It's
yeah.
like okay. He like exerts himself basically, like
Yeah,
overexerts
it's like
himself.
Hyper Beam in the original
Yeah,
games.
yeah. Okay.
exactly,
Okay.
like
okay.
that. That's the TCG equivalent for
Okay,
Metagross
and
GX.
he's Tapu. He also played a Tapu Lele. It looks.
Yes. So that one is a hot ticket item right now. It's kind of this rotation's Shaman. It's kind of like Jirachi back in the day. You play it down, and you can search your deck for any supporter, put it in your hand.
Oh wow.
And it also is a little bit better than Jirachi. A, it has a lot more HP, and two, it has an attack that's essentially the same thing as Mewtwo's X-Ball.
Okay. Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
Weird look.
So especially in a deck that runs Psychic Energies like this, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's double colorless. But energies, all that jazz, it's a nice thing to have in any deck, and that's why it's so expensive.
So I believe that Vespa Queen has Intelligence Gathering, maybe, and B Revenge.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So really the only one you do is Be Revenge. It does, I think it's 10 plus 20 for every Pokemon in your discard pile. Basic, Stage 1, Stage 2, anything.
So is that like Night March? The Night March deck?
Kind
Or
of,
isn't
it's
that what it is?
similar.
That was if you had the Pokemon that had the move Night
Yeah.
March
In your
the
discarded to
pile.
20 times that.
So that's why you loaded up with Joltix and the like. Correct?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I said that backwards earlier. It's 20 plus 10 for each in your discard pile. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be ridiculous. It could get up there with just like a handful of Pokemon.
Take the price cards, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I was trying to look and see how many John had.
I think it's 5. I think about.
All right.
I kind of like that this isn't just nothing but EXs.
Yeah, it's
Because what EX is, if you're knocking EX out, you take 2 prize cards, correctly?
Yeah, that's the same with the GX,
Oh.
but the GX takes a while to get up to it. And with the metagame kind of slowing down a little bit, with all these Stage 2s and Stage 1s into the mix, it makes it a little more, I guess, worth your time.
Yeah. It also splits up. It switches up your deck base.
Yeah.
Everyone's not running the same couple like tech like EXs or tech
Right.
cards because you have to have your basics now. So if you're running like the Greninja, you have to have the Froakies and the Grenadiers. So that takes up,
Yeah, you have to be more
slots in your
conscious of
decks.
what you
Okay.
can fit in there.
Yeah.
Definitely makes you more conscious of
How you play also.
what actually goes into your deck, what you can sacrifice to put in there. And something I've noticed, we've had 4 different decks so far. Like, there's still a lot of variance.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one deck, like Decidueye, Bioplume, which was
That's
heavy
you have
everywhere.
to cookie cutter that deck, and you do it
Yeah.
that way, and that's it, right?
Yeah, or like Seismitoad, or like Darkrai. Like, there's always been
to
like,
get the best effects, to pilot this the best, you just got to run it this list.
yeah, like
Okay,
there's
okay.
not with this, there's lots of different variations. And with everyone trying to figure out the new meta with Burning Shadows just coming out, like it's nice to see all the variation of the different kind of decks.
I got you. And we had Jonathan, attaching his Steel Energy to Beldum.
All right, getting that one ready to go up to Metagross EX. Now, he probably runs some rare candies in here.
I believe so.
All right.
I believe so. We had talked to him before the round started.
And just so we can jump straight up so he doesn't have to wait on some Metang. Helps expedite that process a little bit.
Okay.
I was always a fan of rare candies.
Are those rotating out or?
No. There was a new print in one of the newer sets. I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was just Sun and Moon. So those will be around for a little bit longer.
Morel? Is that a Morel? That's the mushroom, yeah.
Yeah.
Morel. So does
Morel, yeah.
Did Jonathan use his GX move? Is that why his thing is flipped up?
Yes.
Is that how you indicate that? You just.
Yes, that's what that counter's for.
Okay. It's a cool little addition.
Yeah.
Revitalizer into Yanmega and then a Yanmega break.
Mm-hmm. And then Sycamore.
It looked like a
empty hand Sycamore. No high five coming his way though, but that's fine. See, and then the Point of Morlaw, it evolves into Shiinotic, which allows you to search your deck for any grass Pokemon once per turn, which is a really nice little tech card.
Okay.
I personally ran, I think, a 2/2 line in my Decidueye deck. It was really nice to have. Oh, and Timer Ball is a man after my own heart. So you flip 2 coins, and for each heads you get an evolution Pokemon. So he's got both of them.
Oh, wow. So you got both heads, dang.
And he might be able to, he's probably going to pull off that break and Shiinotic.
Nice.
Unless he's got some,
maybe
maybe some other things in hand.
No, it looks like a Shiinotic right there, actually.
Yep.
And we're going to see another break, aren't we?
Yep, there it is. All right.
Yeah. Spot on.
To be fair, there's not really anything else he could use evolutions for at this point. But,
yeah.
And even if he only got one, he could get the Shiinotic, then search for the break.
Yep. It looks like Morehouse is sitting comfy though. Just his Metagross has only got the 5 damage counter, so 50 damage out of what, 250 I think?
Yeah.
So he's sitting at 200 and what's Vespiquen I think only has 90, right?
It's only 90.
One of those cards he could get early. Yep.
Right.
All right.
So he can easily knock out, but for a 1-card prize exchange. So Vespiquen, like all these even breaks are only worth 1 prize card, whereas like the Tapu Leles and the other GXs, the Metagross is worth 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 2-to-1 prize trade there. But if the only 4, if he can get 4 cards in his hand, hit consistently the 100 with Barrier Break on the Yanmega breaks, or get enough Pokemon in his discard pile to use Vespiquen, which actually looking at it, it doesn't seem to be he's running the normal Vespiquen, which has like all the unknowns and the Klefkis that are just meant to discard. Just get rid of all the cards. I think he has one of those set up for a late game kind of return if he gets a lot of those knocked out, because he got the Yanmega break, or Yanmega if he knocks one out.
Yanmega break. So 3 cards for each of those. That's
an extra 30 damage, and once he gets that ramped up, but by that point he'll be a little on the edge. So we'll see how he goes with this.
Look, Jonathan just evolved both of his.
He's going to be a tank.
Both of his Metang, or those are Beldums.
Yes.
Yeah, they were Beldums. And did he rare candy? Or what did we...
I can't really see his discard. I was a little
was weird.
caught up talking about Vespiquen.
Yeah, I
would assume that's the case, yes.
Oh, jeez.
And then he used both the abilities, got a lot of energies on there.
Oh, my gosh.
So he's ready to roll now.
So the Metagross tanks are buzzing on in. I like those sleeves Jonathan's got. Those are the
the Necrozma from the newest set.
The box, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, the trainer box.
Elite Trainer Kit.
Oh, man. Elite Trainer Kit.
Yeah. All right. Actually, it might be Elite Trainer Box. I think you're correct.
I can't remember. It might be Kit. It might be... No? I don't know.
I think you're correct. I really like Necrozma as a Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm excited to see like what they do with him and the legendary Pokemon in the new games.
Oh yeah.
They haven't shown us a whole lot, but
the games. I hope they do something for the Switch.
They said they are working on something eventually. Some people thought it was going to be like the obligatory third one. They are doing Pokken Tournament, but like an RPG. Like they were going to do Pokemon Stars, like as the third version. But it looks like they're doing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which makes sense with the Ultra Beasts. Yeah. And it looks like they're wearing like Necrozma's armor in the legendaries. They haven't shown us a lot outside that and like a new Lycanroc. So it's...
What's this? Ultra Sun and Moon?
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It's supposed to come out in November. I think November 11th or 12th, somewhere around there. But they really haven't shown us a whole lot. There was a new trailer. They showed a few more cutscenes, different outfits, things like that. Some Pokemon following you at one point. I don't know if they're bringing that back, which might get me to get by it. I don't know.
We have a trainer mail, it looks.
Yep. You get to search the top 4 cards of your hand. Or play it from your hand. Search the top 4 cards of your deck. Take a trainer card that you find there other than Trainer's Mail, so you can't have just an endless chain of Trainer's Mails going on. So it looks like he went with the Level Ball. Probably going to get either a Yanma or... Probably a Yanma, because it looks like he's going Yanmega heavy with this deck rather than the standard Vespiquen run. Oh, maybe he... All right, I stand corrected. He does have some unknowns in there.
Oh, wow.
So maybe he is playing
a
little bit of both. So how that works, you just play it to your bench, and at any time, you can send it to the discard pile and draw a card.
That's it.
Yeah, doesn't count as knocking it out.
Oh, really?
Like, they don't draw a card for it.
It just goes away. It's like, I'm going to go away.
Yeah. It's really what it's for is to load up Vespiquen's attack. Oh. Okay. Oh, yes. So, this is really smart. So, he has 4 cards in his hand right now, so he didn't discard it to get a card, because then he couldn't attack for free. So that's really smart. So he can play cards, discard that, draw a new card, and keep it the 4. That's a really nice
That's a cool play.
Setup he has going there. I personally wouldn't have thought of it.
Check it. I gotta kick something. So Jonathan is Sycamoring, discards his hand, draws 7, straightforward. It looks like the Metagross, the original Metagross that he played, is still up, but it has taken what appears to be 100 damage. Oh no, he is retreating now.
I just saw a picture of the Lieutenant Surge's gym.
Supposedly.
It does, like, it looks incredibly similar.
Familiar. If you look, where did it go? See the yellow in the trash?
Oh, yeah. I'm very aware of Lieutenant Surge's gym. I love that puzzle with the trash cans. It looks very similar.
It was very difficult for me as a kid. I'll be 100% honest with you.
With all the Kanto callbacks and everybody, like the 20th anniversary, all that stuff. I would, and I guess, quick spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't played the game. Cover your ears right now for the next 10 seconds, but one of the characters at the end goes to the Kanto region, leaves and decides to go to the Kanto region. So this either might be a direct sequel, kind of like in the vein of Black 2, White 2. So a similar character, just a straight up sequel to it would be interesting rather than just a altered version. But you could go to Kanto afterwards. Like maybe see Kanto, Gold and Silver was 3 years later, 5 years later, 20 years later. Maybe that weird
that'd be so cool, but it'd
red
be cool.
character in Lieutenant Surge's gym is his replacement.
But it'd be cool because you haven't had many games where you get to do more than 8 gyms. You know, there's only like 1 or 2 of them where you get to go
there's
back
the Gold and Silver, which are my personal favorite. Yeah, they haven't done that in a while, and if they did that, that would be
that's more fun. It's like it's almost double the game essentially at that point.
They could keep the new mechanic they had with just like the kahunas, all those things, and bring back the gym system.
That would be super cool.
I kind of missed it in the old one, but
it
had some things
Forest of the Giant, or is it Forest of Giant Plants?
Yeah, Forest of Giant Plants,
Now that's a stadium, right? So that's
correct.
That affects every side.
Yes. So if Jonathan has any grass evolutions in his deck somewhere, which I highly doubt, he could evolve them the turn he plays them.
All right.
If he so chooses.
Oh.
All right, got that combi. He's got 4 cards in his hand, so he's going to do that 100 damage to Metagross.
Alright. But I think at this rate, Morehouse will probably just sub it out for the other one that's got the Psychic Energy. I mean, all of those Metagross look very well, hooked up.
But I mean, if he's only doing 100 damage per turn, and he does have some Max Potions in there, it looks like maybe? No? That's not. Yep, there it is.
There you go. He's just going to clear all the damage away.
Yeah, I was going to say he could survive 2 attacks before even needing to switch out.
But I think he's just playing it safe, which I can stand behind that.
Nobody's retreating out of that, doing the whole ability to put it back. Then Max Potion, because you have to get rid of the energy, so it was smart to retreat, add those over to there. Checking their time, they only have about just under 7 minutes remaining. With looks like 2 prize cards for Jonathan and 5 still on Clay. So they will probably finish this up. So far, Jonathan's hitting pretty hard. He should be able to get the knockouts he needs in time. With the way Jonathan's been playing very conservatively, swapping out, not letting Clay get any prize cards, knockouts whatsoever now that he's sitting with those tanky Metagross, might be hard for him to come back and get this win, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Yeah. Well, we just saw in the last game.
After a rough
we
start.
were both thinking that Josh Shin was going to lose, but,
To be fair, we're pretty close to both of their end games at this point.
Yeah. I mean, we know it doesn't look like he's got any more evolutions. He's got to keep the hand of 4 to attack for free.
He's got 2 unknowns on the bench, so he can fluctuate that hand size as needed, which is a brilliant.
It's a brilliant strategy.
Brilliant strategy. I never would have personally thought about it. Like, it's a really
to use that to level out your hands to get it to where it needs to be.
Because most people, they just play item cards that they can get rid of at will, discard like Ultra Balls, things like that. But unknown that lets you draw at will whenever you want. That's really smart. I love that ingenuity there. Like, other people may have thought of it before. It might be all over online. I have no idea.
I wouldn't know myself personally, but I think that's a legitimate. That's actually really neat.
Great idea. I love it.
It's looking pretty grim though, because
those Metagross. He's got 3 of them set up, and they are just tanks.
I mean, one's been hit, but it's still got 150 health. It looks so. It's gonna be. It's still a little bit. It's 2 turns, but it doesn't look like Clay can attack for free. So he's got the 5 in hand. You said it was 4 to attack for free.
Yes.
Okay. Just sit back in.
He's gotta get rid of 1. Alright, there he goes. Escape rope, alright. What's he gonna swap in? Swapping up that Vespiquen. No, maybe not. Yes, and then he's gonna retreat, okay.
Why is he doing that?
He just wants to keep Yanmega up, attack with it. He probably doesn't have enough in the discard pile to do any significant damage with Vespiquen.
Okay. Oh, jeez. 120 damage? I thought it was only 100. What's up with that? Is Tapu Lele weak to grass?
It is not. It might be Yanmega's other attack.
Okay.
Assault Boom. Oh, yes. If it has a Pokemon tool attached to it, it does 70 extra damage. So where it had the Float Stone attached to it, it did 120.
Wow. Oh, but it looks like... Oh, yeah. But in response, it looked like Jonathan had taken out the...
Yanmega, so he's down to his last prize card. And we're closing in on about 3 minutes, closing in. But I think it's
pretty
close
much
to wrapping up.
Sealed. Five cards in hand again. Yep.
Play the VS Seeker.
That's gonna get him a card though. He needs to be.
He's probably gonna go with a Lysander maybe. Oh no, Sycamore. All right.
Okay.
Discard 4 cards. All right.
There Shinodic, a
I
judge.
personally would have played the Field Blower, get rid of the Floatstone on that Tapu Lele. Just since you're discarding it anyway, might as well use it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have. Okay.
I'm not quite sure on the exact text of it, but that might have been.
Wait.
Also, he has to pick 2, so he might have also had to get rid of his Forest of Giant Plants. I'm not quite sure on the exact text on that. I'd have to look it up. That's one of the new cards I'm not too familiar with yet, but I'm glad it's around since Garbodor had a new twin that with that Trashalanche, the Garbotoxin, like Garbotoxin's like on the bench due to the Trashalanche. It was a nightmare for Decidueye or any deck that was heavy on abilities.
I feel you.
So having Field Blower, some sort of tool discard back in play, was a really nice addition.
Discarding the trainer mail. Drawing 2, 3, 4.
And what's he gonna go with?
I can't tell. It looks like he has a judge.
Judge Level Ball.
Lysander. But he went with the level.
To be fair, he can't really play the Lysander right now.
Oh yeah.
And I think he needs to get everything he needs to get, which all those Megas he had out to play are now in the discard pile. So he's got a very strong Vespiquen set up. But
I'm pretty sure that
it's going to be on his way out.
To one-shot him, isn't it?
Yes, I'm not sure if this was the turn, if he can attack this turn since he just knocked it out. But if he retreats and he bumps up 1, he can use the Metagross and attach those back to his Metagross for the game.
Dang, all right. That was a very interesting game. It was
oh yes.
Different decks to see. Huh. Cool.
All right, gonna jump back. there. See them real quick.
All right.
Brian's the one with all the hairy arms. Yes.
Brian on the left.
Yeah. So that's why I left that there.
All right.
Dane Lumen.
BRY.
Byron.
Byron.
Oh, he's in the system as Byron. Brian, he's playing
Metagross.
Metagross. I had held shift for that. There we go. And what's he playing? Decidueye?
Ninetales.
Decidueye Ninetales?
Yep.
Decidueye.
Alright, I guess they already started though.
No, they just set up. Alright. Down there, see them. All right, they are ready for us to go. I like Metagross playing with the Metagross coins. Very nice. All right, let's give them the signal to start. And they're getting ready to go. All right.
And Dane's on the play with a Rowlet, and Brian is with 2 Beldums.
All right. Updating everybody right there. All right.
All
Getting
right.
started. Start off with an N. That's interesting start. He needs. All right. He's got the. Oh yeah, that's nice.
A Floatstone,
Floatstone
and an energy on
and a
turn
Rowlet. Probably gonna go for the Forest of Giant Plants. Hopefully,
No.
get some Decidueye set up on his first turn. Let's see what he's got. Looks like he's got that Ninetales.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, he's got that Shaman. Baiting on whether or not to play it right now. He's got a pretty decently sized hand, so he's got to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of his own Floatstone just to thin down his hand.
Oh.
Play another Floatstone. All right, he's got to make the plays.
The shame.
Ultra Ball. All right. Looks like he got Rowlet off that. Nice. Good start. Looks like a level ball, so we can get another Rowlet, get a Dartrix. He can't evolve it yet till he finds a Forest, but he could get another
Dartrix at least. Or another Rowlet.
Rowlet out there on the board.
Yeah. I think the Rowlet's the play though, to thin out your deck.
Yeah. Get a Rowlet. Set that down. If he had the Forest, I think Dartrix would definitely be the play to go. But getting all your Rowlets down on the board first turn, if you don't get the Giant Plant and you don't get it next turn, it's good to have those already ready to evolve into Dartrix.
I understand. I got you.
Just throwing cards everywhere, Dane. Thanks.
Now, Dane used to play Magic. He's
Mm-hmm.
very competitive in that. So now he's Decidueye, that's the meta.
Yeah, there's
Currently.
a lot of love for Decidueye. We haven't actually seen a lot of it tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
in the top tables, so interesting with that.
He's using, I think, it's Bridget.
Yes. Getting those through Pokemon looks like
Mimikyu.
not quite sure what Mimikyu does.
Mimikyu.
Check our resource.
What is that? What is the blue creature he played?
Yeah.
Vulpix?
Looks like the Alolan Vulpix, yes.
Oh, it's just the
It's
foiling.
kind of shiny, yeah.
Yeah, the foiling's messing me up. So it looks like he's probably gonna beacon with it, I would assume. Yep. I was right. Look at that.
There you go. You're picking
I'm
up on everything.
learning! Yep, beacon into 2 Metangs to get the 2. All right.
All right, there's his Forest. He needs that. So, from the looks of it...
Oh, wait.
Oh.
He got a GX and a Metang instead of the 2
Yeah.
Metangs. Probably because he knows Dane's about to...
Yeah.
So the Vulpix is pretty solid then. It looks like everyone kind of needs that guy.
Mm-hmm. It's a really nice addition to the deck, especially in this.
What did Dane
type.
just play? He played the trainer on the Rowlet and discarded a couple cards out of his hand.
Yes. So he just kind of threw out. He was playing an Ultra Ball,
Mm.
then probably discarded 2 cards, and now he's checking his deck currently. But he got that Tapu Lele and is searching for the Sycamore, so he can play that. And I think that's his whole hand with that play. He deserves a high five from Brian, but I don't know if Brian will pass on the high five.
Probably not.
That kind of gesture, I think, might have died with Juniper. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen it much.
The high five.
Yeah, empty out your hand, last card, play a Sycamore, high five. Give your opponent a high five. Sometimes, some people, it comes across as just kind of like
Really?
jerky.
Yeah, I was about to say,
And then sometimes it's like just a
a
good sportsman thing, just like good job for like anybody can appreciate doing that. So if somebody wanted a high five for it, I'd give it to him.
I could
Something
see it.
like that's fine. I
But
tend to be a good sport with those things.
You got to think here though that both of these guys are very competitive as far as it goes.
But they're also 2 laid back individuals.
Yeah, they're very
so-
laid back, but at the same time, I know for a fact that they are both very competitive, especially at the TCG, Pokemon
yeah.
TCG.
And they're both 2-0 in the 3rd round of this tournament.
Yep, in our tournament.
So, and in best of 1, they gotta go
They have
pretty
to do
hard.
their absolute best. We have Brian evolving one of his Bellones.
Yep, playing that Lele, getting his supporter of choice.
So, what's that Mimikyu do that he has on his bench? Is that like some bench tech here, or
So, I'm not 100% sure.
why Brian is playing that? Oh, what's he doing?
I was getting
Discarding?
that. So, it looks like... So, it might be played for Astonish. So, it has Haunt. For 1 Psychic, you put 1 damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Not too great.
Okay.
The other one is Astonish. It's 2 colorless cost, and it's choose a random card from your opponent's hand, they reveal it, and then shuffle it into their deck. So it kind of gets rid of some cards from their hand.
I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna wait until it Dartrix, right?
I'm not sure. I've never seen...
Wait, he has the stadium out though. I don't know. Maybe this is a goofy question. What's the better matchup here?
I'm not sure. Dane seemed very concerned. He's said especially because he wasn't running the Espeon he wanted. He probably had the I think Miracle Shine maybe is the attack. Didn't have that running here. He said that would help the matchup. He really wishes he was playing his favorite deck, the Greninja. He said it would have been great in this matchup. So he was a little hesitant going in, but I think it could be anybody's game depending on how well either of them set up.
I mean, it looks to me, this is just off my observations, but it looks like Brian is fairly set up.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's got a Metagross set up. He's got Beacon going, getting him the things he needs. And he's pretty close to getting some more Metagross. So, like, he's almost completely set up. Looks like Dane hasn't gotten any Dartrix, which could be a problem for him if he doesn't find one here shortly.
Yeah, actually,
He does have a Decidueye in hand,
but not a Dartrix.
but if he doesn't have that Dartrix, it's not...
Is this a situation where all his Dartrixes are in his...
Maybe. I believe he did search through, so he would know whether or not he has any Dartrix in the deck. And he doesn't seem too concerned. I think he's just trying to wait to draw it, and he's just had bad hands the last couple.
Okay.
Yeah, just an interesting fact. Metagross, I believe, is Brian's favorite.
It is his,
favorite Pokemon, so he's probably very overjoyed that he can play Metagross in a serious deck like this.
And play the secret rares also.
Oh, yes.
Because I know Brian loves his
Loves all
full
the
art secret
I guess
rares.
these are hyper rares technically.
Hyper rare. Oh, okay. Not secret.
There's like secret and then these new rainbow ones because they want more of that cash money.
That's cashola. Oh, what do we got?
Which I guess they don't actually get the cash money, but people that sell the cards get more cash money for them.
Yes. Yes.
Or maybe they sell more because they're harder to get. Yeah, that's how
they
rare
sell
cards
more
work.
more packs, more
Yeah.
boxes, whether or not, you know.
Yeah.
So, are they just what's it?
Now playing a very classic Versus Seeker right there, and a full art Skyla, which is the second full art Skyla.
I think he has all 4. I'm fairly certain, actually. But is this a lot of Pokemon, like where you fill up your board and then you just kind of slowly,
a lot of decks
slowly
like
chip
that.
away? And
Depending on the deck, there's decks like Wailord EX when that was a thing, where you just put up like a couple of Wailords and you deck them out. You don't run any energies. You just put 1 or 2 out there, make it so you can't attack. When Primal Groudon was a thing, you'd load it up in the background, have a Wobbuffet in the front, and you'd load up your bench. Some things you want to play as few as possible. It just depends. A lot of the decks right now, especially with like Tapu Lele's being a huge thing, Shaman was a thing, is still a thing until the rotation. They'll...
No, I was
paying
attention to something else.
No, you're good. But yeah, recently it's just been with these tech cards that you play from your hand to do an effect, or the ability. The bench has been pretty full, especially with like Skyfield, where you had Mega Ray with the damage per bench Pokemon with that.
It looks like Brian Field. Can you Field Blower?
Yes, you can get rid of a Stadium and a Tool.
It looks like Brian evolved his Ninetales or his Vulpix into Ninetales and removed the Stadium. That
does not bode well for Dane.
No, that puts him in a very bad place.
Mm-hmm. So he got the Ultra Ball, and he finally got the Dartrix. He had to go get that laid out. So it helped that he went and got the Rowlets that he did.
Yep.
Because that Rowlet's in the front's on its way out, which is really unfortunate because he already has a double colorless Float Stone, everything on the way out. Although, is that a Float Stone on there? It looks like. Then he'll be on his... Probably retreat that. Hope to hold on to it, especially with all those resources invested into it.
Yeah, I mean...
Try and hold on to that. But,
he's in a...
again, that Ninetales can just kind of snipe that out, I believe.
Brian is clapping for the double Dartrix. That's a savage play on Brian's part. What is he rolling some dice for the 5? Oh, got 50 damage onto the Alolan Ninetales with the Dartrix.
Oh.
I thought Shaman was out of rotation.
It will rotate out, but currently with Worlds going on, the current rotation is still in effect, and then after Worlds,
you're gonna need...
maybe in September. I don't remember if it's right after Worlds or at a given date. I should know this stuff. Then that rotation, and Shaman will be gone. Forest will be gone.
Nice.
Versus Seeker will be gone. It will be a whole new
game. Yeah. On a different note, it looks like Dane has finally gotten a Decidueye out on the field.
Right. And I hate that he has black sleeves on there. They kind of all blend together. But he did knock out that Dartrix up at the front. So he's up. There we go.
Yep.
Just throwing things.
Yeah, sorry. I've been using a marker as a pointer this entire time. And I just launched it across our little table here.
Luckily it was not an open marker, so... Breaking all the rules.
Yeah, we have some rules in place here, and we just broke them, so don't worry about us. Oh, no, Dane's got 2 Decidueyes.
All right.
I want to know what that Mimikyu's there for. Like, legitimately. I need to ask him, because it's just there, and I don't understand.
It might just be like a small tech card. Like, he might know, hey, he definitely has this card in his hand.
And Dane's got the kill on the Alolan Ninetales.
Interesting.
So he gets, what, 1 prize card?
He gets 2.
Because it's a GX.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. So now Dane's in the lead.
Yep. Trade off with that.
But none of Brian's dudes are
loaded up yet.
Loaded up at all. But
although
Oh,
if
wait.
he attaches from hand, the 2 Metagross that he has in play allows him to attach those from the discard pile to the active Pokemon.
So he is loaded up technically.
Yes. And that's the nice thing about Metagross GX, that...
So he just has to
deck.
have 1 energy in hand,
At least-
attach it to his active, and then the
Right.
benched guys say, go get some more.
Yeah.
That's cool. Is
Exactly.
that Bridget?
That's an N, shuffle it up,
Oh,
and where
okay.
Dane just took 2 prize cards, he had a nice loaded up hand, and now he'll only draw 4 cards because there's 4 prize cards, so
wow.
that's a really good play after an opponent takes those prize cards. Alright, looks like he had an Ultra Ball. See what else has he got in there. Sycamore, 2 Ultra Balls. Looks like that Choice Band. Flipping through that discard, seeing what he's already gotten rid of. Seeing what he can afford to part with at this point in the game.
Oh. Flipped a coin? Or is that a status effect? It's a green little skull coin that Brian put
Oh,
on.
is it the green? Okay, there's
Yeah.
a glare on it. It looks white to me. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
So I think it's
Yeah,
a green
so
little
it's
one.
poisoned.
So he's poisoned. And it looks like the Dartrix has taken 150 damage from the Metagross. It looks... Right?
I must have missed something. How is he poisoned?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Or is it a Peerless?
No. Paralyzes to the side, sleeps to the side, confusion's upside down, and then there's markers for burn and poison. But, I missed something. Maybe Hypnotoxic Laser just made it back into rotation and nobody told me. I don't know. I'm really not sure.
I'm so confused.
Like
I missed something.
I missed something too, but like I also don't know near as much.
Maybe he's just being Brian, just putting a token over there.
Oh, he probably put the skull face on Metagross
Like
just to be a goof.
the Metagross of Death.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm really trying to wrap my head around this. Although, if he does actually retreat like that...
No, maybe he's actually poisoned.
Okay, he was actually poisoned.
Somehow.
I really missed how he got poisoned, though.
So what? Okay. Decidueye GX?
Decidueye doesn't have any poisoning attacks. Tapu Lele, Shaman, nothing has poison. I missed something. Oh, you know what it
is there a
is?
card that
There
gives
might
you
have been a
poison?
poison barb somewhere.
Oh.
Okay, there might have been a
Okay.
poison barb, and I might have missed that. I know that's a card.
That may have been it then. And that's you attack, and then it...
Yeah, and I
Sticks-
believe it. Yeah, sticks you with the poison. That might have been the card on that Dartrix.
Yep.
That
Brian just got 2 more prize cards, it looks. Down to 3. Knocked out the other Decidueye. Jeez. These Metagross, they really are strong. I mean,
oh yeah.
the new one up here has got 3 steel energy and there's a choice band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Hitting for a 30 extra with that.
Oh my, he's bringing the weak Decidueye out and not the stronger one. Is that a valid play, or what's he trying to do here? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure what his angle is here. Maybe since...
Why is that one? Is that one?
Well,
poisoned?
because...
Wait, is this Metagross poisoned again, or is he being a goof? See, he put that thing on there again.
Oh, I know what his token's for. Okay. Now I figured it out. He set that on there to know that he can't attack with that Metagross's attack this turn. Remember the Hyper Beam attack I was telling you about? That impact.
The Giga Hammer.
Yeah, exactly. So he's using that to signify that he can't attack, and that's why he moved up that Decidueye. Okay.
That's more valid because now he can't. He's got 1 turn to do something with the Decidueye
Exactly.
before it. Okay, I understand now.
But if he retreats and he has an energy in hand, he can easily attack and knock that out.
Oh, we will see. He's got a Sycamore. He's going for Sycamore. an energy.
Alright, dropping that 20 damage. That very shiny Metagross now has 180
out of 250.
out of 250, yes.
Yeah.
And just for your own reference, Decidueye has 240, so it's just
pretty-
as tanky.
Oh wow, that's a little odd, don't you think?
It was very nice having that much HP playing that deck.
I bet. That's what I was gonna say. Like the higher HP's got to be, it's got to be nice to have that in the situations here, especially with the GXs because they're swinging in for 150 a turn.
Oh yeah. Like they definitely have. Oh, there's that max potion.
Oh no! Does I hope Dane's got some because
He is in quite a pickle at this point.
yeah, it's 3 to 4.
Which isn't a huge gap. Still, they're both still 2 GX knockouts away, but
I mean,
with how easily Brian can heal and switch out with those 3 Metagross,
solely
it's
based
kind of
off
gross.
yeah, solely based off what we are seeing. I mean, oh yeah, look at that. Down to 1 prize card for Brian and 4 for Dane. Putting the Shaman out in front. I think that's all he's got, right? I believe.
Just about.
Yep. Drawings for turn. Metagross. So why Ninetales? He used it for like just like a little bit, and then that was it. The Beacon, maybe?
Yeah.
Probably. I would just say-
Beacon, but Ninetales, it is good, but in this matchup, he needs to have those heady hitters and slowly erode those Metagross down with the 20 damage, but where they hit so hard and Brian got set up so quickly, it was hard for Dane to get set up. It's not really a good matchup for that deck. Because like I said, he was very worried going into this matchup.
I'm still confused. This Mimikyu thing is bugging me. It's just,
We'll have to talk to him, find out, just to be sure if that's just his one-off tech.
so it looks like Dane's throwing out some damage here. 100 onto the Metagross and 20 onto the benched.
120
Oh,
at that.
no, now there's...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
100 and put the 2 on the thing.
Oh, full art Guzma. Look at that.
Going out with the full art with the knockout, and that is the game.
That is game.
for Brian.
Congratulations, Brian.
All right, so bringing it back. Make sure that they didn't start.
Wait.
Alright. Need to switch that.
Go there. Swap the players.
Oh, are they backwards?
Yeah, Brian's over there.
Alright.
Because he's got the sleeves.
Then I'm gonna do Meta Gross and Meta Grosser.
Grosser.
And Meta More Gross.
Alrighty. Save it. Cool.
Alright. Records are actually doing at a 5. And I think they're both 3-0.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Alright. And
Us.
what we've got. Also, just as a nice little added bonus, oh, it looks like he's got one mulligan going on. We'd have actually 5 rounds going on for Masters tonight. So Aaron's going to stick around for
this
this round.
and I will have to head back out to do my job, I guess.
Yeah, work, all that jazz.
Work.
So I'll be kind of just
Riding
silently,
solo, unfortunately.
talking to myself up here, trying to make sense of what's going on. All right, let's give him the signal to get started. And
What?
do they know what's going on? Oh, he's moving it slowly but surely. All right, we got all the Beldams and an Alolan Vulpix.
Brian's on the play.
Got the mulligan start with that.
Passes to Jonathan.
Not a good start then. Oh, well. Unless that was just his mulligan draw. Yeah, probably. Makes sense. Okay. Going in for the Ultra Ball, seeing what he can get off of that.
So how's this going to work? Like a mirror
basically,
matchup. These are
mirror
always tough.
matches, it's whoever really gets set up first and who can get around the others.
So early on, this is essentially anyone's game.
Pretty much. Just comes down to luck of the draw and skill playing if they get behind, like outplaying the other. So.
Semi-seeing. We're gonna see who their piloting skills into piloting their standard decks.
So they've got very similar builds there. A bunch of Beldams.
Alolan Vulpix, Lele's. I think Brian has that Mimikyu, but I don't think Jonathan has one.
No,
I don't think I saw one last time.
This matchup isn't gonna do much.
It's not gonna
for
do
that,
much for the Mimikyu. It'll be a placeholder, but I guess.
Right.
As far as like the variations in the decks.
Yeah, there are some differences in here, so.
But I believe Jonathan's got a lot of max potions.
Does have a lot of those. I know Brian has a few.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. All right, getting the beacon ready. Popping that off.
Fancy VS Secret Draw. Metang, it looks.
I'll get the Metang and the Metagross. All right, maybe hoping for a rare candy. Unless he's just going to sit on those. Alright, getting that Lele. And playing the Lele and searching for his... Looks like a Guzma? Or is that a... No, that's a Metang. I'm sorry.
Metang, yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. It was just the beacon. Very well. Alright, evolving those. Yep, there was the rare candy. Sitting on one of those. And looks like an in. Shuffling in those while they still have 6 prizes each.
So N is discard your hand, draw however many
No,
cards you
shuffle
have.
your hand into your deck,
Oh.
then draw the number of prize cards.
Okay. So early game is good.
Early game is good, and if you get behind, it really cuts down on your opponent's hand size.
Okay.
Really helps you out if you're struggling to keep up near the end. Also, if you know they got a really good card, like he played Beacon, Brian drew both a Lele and a Matang. He played the N, those went back into the deck, making the Beacon pretty much useless.
Yep. And it's like a trap card. You think you have the gas, and then they just say N. No, literally.
There's that Mimikyu again.
The oddball Mimikyu.
In this matchup, I don't know if he'd actually want to play it. I'm not quite sure, like, retreat cost with it. It probably has at least one. So it's probably not all that useful in this matchup. Might be good for some Ultra Ball fodder.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Mimikyu. Wow, it's very loud downstairs.
Oh, wow,
The
yes.
music is bumping.
I don't know if anybody else can hear that, but
Hopefully not.
it's got a very strong bass beat.
It does.
Something I'm surprised we didn't see a lot of today was Garbodor.
Yeah.
I
We haven't
would
seen any
think
of that.
I'd see a little bit more of that. I know there's at least one or two people playing it, but I guess it just hasn't made its way up to the top tables. Brian might be in a bit of a pickle right here. Jonathan's already got a Metagross, he's got a Matang set up, and Brian really hasn't done a lot of anything. He beaconed to get the Pokemon he needed, and got those end away, so it's gonna be.
It doesn't look like he has
Needs
a
to kind of pick up the pace if he hopes to get ahead and win this matchup. Because this will be a very tough matchup, just mirror matches.
Yeah.
Oh, Espeon.
Ooh, we didn't see that earlier.
And I believe that is the EX. So, it doesn't need any EV to help it out.
Oh my. What, do you know its moveset?
Yes, so that one is the one with Miraculous Shine, or I think I abbreviated it earlier like Miracle Shine or Miracle Shine or something like that.
Something, yeah.
So Miraculous Shine, it's devolve each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon and put the highest stage evolution back into your opponent's hand.
Oh god.
So in this matchup, all the Metagross would go back down to Matangs. And with that huge HP boost, if they have enough damage counters on it, knocks out just with the devolution.
Oh my.
So very interesting. But now that he knows that Espeon's in play, that Mimikyu can come in handy. Because now he doesn't need to run Espeon in his deck. He can run that. But I believe it's the last card that was played, or the last attack that was done that it can copy. Yeah. Using the last turn. And so he pops up. If it's more of a retaliation type move. Alright, so he's looking, getting a Lele and a Matang. He does have one Metagross now, so. Alright, now Jonathan's got two Metagross set up. Another Lele down on the board, full bench. Looking for a supporter of choice once again. And he's going with, looks like is that a Skyla Rare Candy? Yes, it was. Alright. Now he's got his full loadouts of Metagross out there on the bench. So now he can do that nice little nifty trick that all the Metagross does. And you can retreat that Vulpix,
But I have the.
attach those two as active, and start doing
man.
some damage.
It's just as far as board state goes.
Jonathan is in a very strong position, and he did the retreat. He's going to attach those to the Metagross. Come in and hit pretty hard. Knock out that bad boy. Poor little Vulpix out of the way. Grab himself a nice prize card. Now, Brian needs to start getting his board a little more set up. Jonathan's clearly in the clear with a better board state right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Brian's struggling a little bit to set up the cards he needs.
'Cause as of right now,
Jonathan's definitely gone through a lot more resources than Brian has. It looks like Brian has only gone with three cards in his discard pile, so he just needs to kind of dig through there, dig deep, and get what he
his
needs.
Cards, yeah, but I mean, Brian also did start out with a mulligan.
Yeah, he's Matang, and he's got that Lele still. Trying to think what would help him in this situation.
Not taking 150 damage to the face would be a wise play.
Of course, that's always nice. And he's playing Lele, and he's going to get. And that is, if he would move his hand. Brian, you know you are on stream. You know you're supposed to let us see what cards you play. Looks like Hex Maniac. Wait, really? Is that Hex Maniac?
Wait, really?
I'm trying to.
That? What?
Oh, he's going to use
That is Hex Maniac. Yeah.
and then use GX attack.
Okay. That's algorithm. GX.
Alright. Hex Maniac prevents the abilities
Yeah.
till the next turn, but there's not really anything. He's got a full board. He can't lay down any more Leles.
Yeah.
Metagross, his ability, well, I guess it stalls him for a turn. Yeah, that's good for that. Prevents them from loading back up with the retreat. So if he wants to retreat, which wouldn't really help him in this point, he just has to kind of sit through this, not be able to attack until the next turn after knocking out that Vulpix. So it buys Brian a little bit more time. Good play with that. And tapping.
This is nuts. This is difficult. This is difficult for me to follow. 'Cause I mean, I know they're playing the same exact deck, but for some reason, this is very difficult to follow. Like the strategies, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like what they're doing. I don't think I could do this. Like stream, like commentate on this kind of stuff, like professionally. I don't
You mean
think I
like,
could.
oh, I was like,
Yeah.
like you're doing right now?
It's just tough. I mean,
In case you didn't know, you are live right now.
I mean, like, I don't know, just how like professional commentators do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they just
Well, they know they have a lot of,
I guess a lot of those guys are players of these
Yeah.
games. Like, I don't.
and
play,
they have a lot of knowledge of like the current metagame, how everything works, how players play.
So,
They
I mean,
probably
like,
watch a lot of games.
Yeah. Like, I
see
play
how players
Pokemon
think.
here and there, so
Yeah.
that's why I know just the little amount of information I know.
Right. And I've kind of taken a step back out of very busy summer, so a lot of these new sets, I'm unfamiliar with some of
Yeah.
the cards and some of the new metagame. So this has been a really nice
Refresher.
of
For you,
course,
yeah,
for
yeah.
me. Get me back into the swing of things. Let me know, one, what my opponents will be playing at future tournaments here on Friday nights, and two, just kind of get a feel for what works, what doesn't work, what I like, what I don't like,
Yeah.
things of that nature.
And we've seen, as far as it goes today, we saw Decidueye, Ninetales, we saw Metagross.
Oh, hello. All right.
Oh, the Mimikyu.
The Mimikyu, discard pile, use the Metagross, flip that up. He could probably do that 150 attack. Interesting. Alright, he's going to attach.
Brian has a Metang, 2 Lele's, and a Metagross and a Beldum.
Oh,
on the
and he's
stage.
going to knock out that Mimikyu. Didn't get the chance to use that. Going to take a prize. All right, down to 4 to 6.
Damn. This is.
He's going to end. Get rid of those nice new prize cards he has.
So does Brian draws 6 and Jonathan draws 4?
Exactly.
Oh, so it really is like a catch-up card almost. But
Yeah.
it gives you just a little bit advantage.
Yeah.
You know, you.
So it's always nice to have cards.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to play Shaman. But even then, it's nice to have some resources. Alright, he's got a second Metagross on the board finally. Looking for the discard pile, see what he has to work with. He definitely has the resources he needs to... yep, there he goes. Attaching up to there. So now we can start hitting.
Yep.
He's bought him enough time, got rid of the smaller attackers, the 1 price cards.
So 2 Metagross, 2 Lele, and a Beldum on Brian's board. 1 Lele, 3 Metagross, a
I
Lone
also
Vulpix,
found out, yeah,
and the extra Lele on Jonathan's board.
can confirm that's not a glare. He's just flipping over the poison counter and using that to
Oh.
indicate that his Metagross is attacked and is on the cooldown.
That would be why we didn't see the green. We thought
Right.
it was a glare.
Yeah. Went down and confirmed with him that is indeed what he was doing. We guessed right after we finally figured it out.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. Which makes sense. It's a good indicator of that. I personally, for Pokemon effects like that, I have like a little cardboard token I found. It just says Inner Goddess on it. I have no idea what game it's from or anything like that, but
You
it's
just-
fun to use. It just says Inner Goddess on it. Nice curly cursive letters.
And just put it on your stuff.
Exactly. Alright. He's attaching, loading up that Tapu Lele. Alright, attacking, doing 180 over there
With the
that
Giga Hammer.
Choice Band adding 30 extra damage over there. And that Max Potion cleared off Jonathan's from before.
Yep.
Helps him tremendously. Brian had like kind of the upper end in trade damage trade,
Yeah.
but now he's kind of reversed that. If he can get a nice Max Potion, which he does have an in, so
Full art end too.
full art in. Oh
Look
yes,
At that.
he has a nice collection of those.
He's a nice collection of, like, I don't know if you've seen it like recently.
Oh, recently? No, I haven't
Really?
seen it recently. He must have.
His binder has gone
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
Yeah,
this new
I
set
remember back
dropping.
in the day, like we would make fun of it because it didn't have anything in it.
No.
And then when he did, he like sold it out of Nationals, like just sold all of his stuff,
Oh wow.
including the ends that he would never trade. So that might be like one of his few he has left, unless he invested in some more full art ends.
You never know, man.
Got rid of those at a Nationals for a pretty penny. It was
I bet.
smart.
You should see the all the fake Pokemon cards that he has.
Oh yeah, he likes to collect those.
just to show people, like, to spot a fake, like he just
Yeah.
collects them. But
It's
he's
a good
got,
little resource. Like, hey, kids, look at this.
Yeah.
These are not real.
these are not real.
Just
like
if
the
you
feel,
see,
and
yeah.
it's crazy. But some of those fakes are hilarious.
Oh yeah, like 12,000 HP,
Yup,
does 7,000 damage.
Yep, for no energy or anything.
Or like 9,001
Yeah,
damage.
like just the oddest numbers too. It's great.
Very weird.
On like all sorts of weird paper too. Like one
Oh,
we
yeah.
found one that was made on like legitimate, just like cardboard ones.
That's fantastic.
Like it was not real. You get card stock, you get printer paper, the whole 9 yards. It's crazy. The retreat into the other Metagross?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it makes sense. I guess I see. You know, he can't get his other one knocked out. And that one has a fresh tank of health. I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. He's got a floatstone on that. He's gonna.
Aren't these guys 4-0?
What's that?
The
Ah, yes, actually.
forgot to update that. We did.
I try very hard sometimes. This was not one of those times.
This is the first time I've actually been up here during an FNM or like a
Oh.
Friday night like Pokemon tournament or a Magic tournament and done this.
Ah,
So
well,
with me.
welcome.
Bear with me. It's kind of crazy. Like just doing this, I guess, like the commentating aspect.
Yeah.
It's different for me. Because normally I'm behind the register all Friday, just doing that.
Just scare people off.
I guess. I think people like me. I hope.
All right, informal poll. If you like him, only Love reacts to the video.
Yeah, only
And if
Love
not,
reacts.
very angry.
Angry
reacts.
I will have to check this video out later.
No, he does a good job. I think he's done a pretty good job for the.
For the shop.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say for the small amount of Pokemon knowledge you had beforehand, like you've done a pretty good job.
I understand.
Hoping with this stream.
I understand. I guess Brian and Dane
loading up the Lele. Ooh.
What is
Hello.
he doing with that?
All right, so remember I said Tapu Lele has the move that works a little bit like X-Ball,
Yeah.
where it does 20 damage for every energy attached to yours and your opponent's Pokemon. So he does 120, 3 on Metagross, 3 on Tapu Lele, plus 30. So we got a nice 150 off of that, and can continue to hit for that as long as the opponent has 3.
Damn.
So in addition to being a really nice tech card,
It's
a
some
very nice attacker too, like a
Yeah.
secondary attacker.
So if you're going up against something that loads up on
Looks like that was it for Brian.
Brian's scoop, or
I guess yeah, he knew he had to scoop. I guess there was no way for
the,
him to
the
come back
board
from that.
state, I mean, yeah.
Well,
Solely based off board state alone, I think, like we
mean-
said, Jonathan got set up relatively early, like turn 3, I want to say. He
yeah,
was, like,
very, very quickly. did they start? Oh, why did I set him to 4 now? That was dumb. Looking down there, they already have their actives flipped over, so I'll go ahead and give them the signal. And they can go ahead and get started with their game. Alright, Dane is going first. Familiar face with the Decidueye Ninetales. He once again said he was sick of this Metagross matchup he's been playing all day. So hopefully he can have a better night than he's been having. But 3-1-0, nothing too shabby there. Very nice setup, getting all those Rowlets out and ready. Very nice, Bridget. Just double checking. It looks like he has one of those Rowlets prized. Alright, and looks like he went with Tapu Koko. Definitely nice for that damage spread. Or no. He's not going with the Tapu Koko. Alright, changed his mind. Fair enough. Energy, and it looks like that will be all for Dane. Going back over to Jonathan, get that Espeon set up. That'll help him out a little bit. Can't really see what's going on in Jonathan's hand. Looks like he's not gonna drop any damage. Just go on. Looks like he's got that. Where is he sticking it? Alright, he's gonna Choice Band on the back Rowlet. Alright. Looks like an Alolan Vulpix in the hand. Sycamore getting rid of all those. Getting those Dartrix. Definitely a lot better start than he had last game we saw. Getting set up pretty quickly. Jonathan still, hopefully he can get some equally nice setup on his next turn. Dana's kind of exploding, trying to get ahead of this matchup before it takes too much of a toll on him. Got a Guzma, contemplating getting rid of that. Alright. And that Ultra Ball out of the way. Probably going to go in for that Decidueye. Oh, going for the Shaman. Smart. Trying to get as many cards played before those Metagross comes out. Give Dane the biggest lead he can get. I've also noticed how weird the capital L looks in Dane's last name. It's not very large. Had to double check that I actually capitalized it when I typed it in. This is the kind of commentary you get when I'm the only one up here. Alright, he's got the third Dartrix and the Decidueye. Very nice start for Dane. He's doing really well getting his board set up. And Rescue Stretcher. Doing really well grabbing that. Very nice. Very nice start. And that looks like all for him. Now he just has to drop those. Alright, yes, thank you. Thank you very much, guys, for using the big dice that we can see. And it looks like he's going to use the Hollow Hunt GX, get those 3 cards out of the discard pile, any 3 he wants. Get that Grass Energy, Level Ball, Ultra Ball, double checking. And time to get started with Jonathan's turn. Very explosive turn from Dane. Got set up very well. And, alright, get that Field Blower, get those out of the way. Although Dane's pretty set up with one of his Rowlets still prized. Really all he needs is a Decidueye, so he doesn't really need the Forest of Giant Plants anymore. Looks like he's retreating that, putting up that, probably going for the Miraculous Shine. Oh, but that will help hinder the Dartrix. Alright, so the Forest of Giant Plants will be needed to get that third Decidueye up and ready to go, but get those out of the way. Ultra Balling. Yep, caught that. There you go. Got a little too excited, back into the rhythm of things. Ready to play down that Decidueye. Realize he can't actually do that. Alright, getting that. Going through a whole bunch. Getting rid of all that. Needs that. Can he get it? Doesn't look like he... Oh, he does have the Forest of Giant Plants and the Decidueye. So we drop 60. Knock at that Beldum, do a nice crisp 90 to that Espeon. This might be a very quick game. Dane got a very powerful start. Jonathan's setup is looking a little like Brian's in this last game we saw. Struggling to get that ball rolling. Metagross are heavy, and it's hard to get that started. Again, another Field Blower, get rid of Forest of Giant Plants, though it doesn't do much for him at this point, but he doesn't know where that other Rowlet is, so smart play. Get that Lele. Pulling out... I guess it was a Bridget. Seems like whatever he's looking for is prized. Maybe some Tangs. Basically everything he needs. And it looks like that is the game. Unfortunately, he might only run 3 of those, so that's a really unfortunate turnout for Jonathan. But sometimes that happens. So that was a very quick game. Luckily, you guys didn't have to stick around with me that long.